Software genius. And this Investment Insights report is brought to you by BOE Private Clients, now with day-to-day banking for the fortunate few. BOE Private Clients, money never sleeps. And, well, David, seems like our market is never sleeping. One day we were under pressure. Today we had a gangbusters.
It's quite amazing how we shrugged off Monday's World Bank news, that the world economy was going to contract by just under 3%. We just pushed it aside today. So market very strong, led by resources, but financials and industrials also up.
Led by gold, David.
Gold, yeah.
Oh.
Gold picked up. In fact,
gold
Alec,
was 4% higher, the gold shares.
But that happened in the last half hour of our trade. So between 4:30 and 5, it shot up. Platinum also shot up.
Dave, the market as a whole was trading around 22,000, the index, at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it closed just under 22,400. And that's where all the improvement came. What happened? Were the American sort of
markets were up there. Durable sales were up. Durable sales, the heavy goods like aeroplanes, autos, things, big ticket items, they were up.
So something happens in Seattle. Boeing sells more planes, and the JSE
you did
rises.
Right. In fact, Boeing did sell a lot more planes last month, and that's one of the reasons that durable sales. So
what are you supposed to make of this as an investor?
You know what? It's so difficult to keep track of how it all comes together. But you've just got to follow the trend. So New York took off. That underpinned gains in our financial and industrial market. Also, the dollar went weaker on that basis, and that propped up commodity prices.
It's interesting to have a look at some of the movements in the share prices today. This huge is a huge mover. It's not a huge company, and it isn't a huge opportunity for anyone to invest in. But one day the directors are buying, the next day the directors seem to be trading in their single stock futures. 45% today, the share price.
Up?
Yeah, up 45%. It's been going down 20%, 25% day after day. If you're trading in that stock, I guess.
Are they off the hook with their story? I don't know if there's been any follow-up from that.
We certainly haven't heard anything, and if they were off the hook, certainly if I was in their shoes, I'd have been trumpeting it. West Seasway had a good day. That was up 14%, but let's look at the big numbers, and that's Anglo-American. We've got Barry Sargent in the studio. He's going to give us all the inside story of this the attempt by Xstrata now to turn on the charm offensive, but Anglo-American up 8.5%.
Well, I think it's on the background that that they're not going to let this deal die, that they will pursue it. And I think that the worry is if they turn hostile, because it means then they've got to raise money to
if Xstrata turns.
If Xstrata turns hostile, and then they're going to work on shareholders, and that's going to be one doesn't know how shareholders will turn or will lean.
Well, if you listen to Pete Viljoen, you take the money and run if they do offer cash. But at this point in time, Xstrata doesn't seem to have the cash to offer. But Barry will tell us about that, no doubt, a little later. Introducing day-to-day banking from BOE Private Clients. It's the next level in banking for the fortunate few. BOE Private Clients, money never sleeps.
Needs change. First it was a piggy bank, then your first bank account, complete with a free pencil case. Next, you had a check account. Finally, after many late nights and bank queues, you graduated to your own private banker. So, where